Hi guys, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. So, didn't really do anything for Samhain yesterday. I just figured that it was good enough to light some candles and just be with my ancestors. So, yes, totally did a garage blessing, a couple other blessings, and it just keeps happening. So, alright, I have a very good friend, thank you Nick, for all of this information, so I think I'm losing my mind now because I'm thinking of Exorcism, which I don't believe in. But this is really interesting information, and it is from the Exorcist Handbook by Josephine McCarthy. So this describes perfectly what is going on. So, alright, so another type of common haunting happens when a person who has died does not move on, but his self-structure or personality is taken over by a parasite that steps into the image of the person and uses the image of the personality to create situations that will feed it. So, that man obviously has passed on, and something else is using his his personality, or he is being used and he's still here, or that's how I'm taking that, is he moved or he's still here, but something else is like going into him, and he's being like used like a puppet by whatever, some parasite. So it's very, very odd. It's very odd. I had no idea about any of this. So, alright, so these situations are dealt with as parasites and not as dead persons. So the easiest way to tell if it's a parasite or not is by its actions. This is what really tipped me off with it. I knew it was a parasite right here. Where'd I go? I was getting into dreams, manipulating people, creating fear, aggression, etc. Then changes are, it is a parasite that has found a fragmented personality. Okay, so it's something that it has holes in it, is what I'm saying, and it kind of just makes its way in like a worm. So it says sometimes you get a mix where the original ghost is still there, but is driven by the parasite. That's what I'm thinking. This is what is going on. So these types of hauntings can become dangerous and have to be handled very carefully. That's really different. I mean, it's very, very weird to actually see this. Thank you, Nick, again, and experience this too. So, alright, it goes on to say here, the more intelligent the parasite, the more dug in it is going to be, and the deeper the exorcist has to dig to get it out. An intelligent and well-established parasite, particularly one that feeds off violence and fear, is going to be dangerous and should be treated exactly as a demon. Alright, so in this scenario, use the exorcism methods in Chapter 7, but don't give it a chance to choose to go. Parasites that are of that type and intelligence can use that a few seconds to dig much deeper and become almost impossible to reach. However bizarre it may seem, demons are actually more honest than parasites, and that is what I have always thought. So parasites, astral nasties, nasty parasites. So yeah, demons are, more honest. They do speak the truth. So this is very strange. I don't know what's going on. Right, so there we have an exorcism phase 1, the visionary stage. So I'm not 100% sure about this. So the first stage of the exorcism consists of going to the depths of the possession and pulling out the roots, so to speak. So this involves pulling out the deepest part of the being or asking it to leave. Yeah, no, you can't ask it to leave. Depends on how bad-tempered you are that day. So that depth of work is conducted in vision only, total outer silence. So that's inner work, a lot of shadow work to deal with this. So the heaviest possessions need a lot of angelic work, and you will need to have the angelic beings working through you, which is why you will need to be fit and healthy. Okay? You should already be in the void from an inner point of view. So close your eyes and see yourself there immediately. Call upon the angel of air to come to work with you, and be aware of a very large angelic being that appears in a whirlwind with many eyes, swords, and long hair. Step into the being, and smaller versions of the being will come up to you to give you weapons and dress you in armor. See the armor go on, and be aware if there are any weak points in it. So it is really, really important to make sure you have good angelic armor on with no cracks or missing bits. Just because it is in vision doesn't mean it's all in your imagination. That's a little scary. I cannot say this enough times to be very careful. I was once working deep in the abyss, and a demonic being grabbed my foot. The armor that I had on was in layers, and the foot came off like a sock. The being grabbed my foot, and I was to fight along with angelic beings to get loose. I sustained quite a nasty leg injury that took a long time to heal. Wow. Physical manifestations. So I don't know if I believe in possession or not. I don't know now. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. Parasites, yes. I'm full on possession. I don't know. Alright, so, wow. A leg injury, a literal leg injury. That's creepy. So, once you are armored, step out of the void into the room in vision with the angelic being all around you, like a suit. Also call for, oh gosh, what is this? Sandalphon to assist you, so that as you step out of the void, they are there ready and waiting to work. So, with the angelic being around you, look at the victim and you will immediately see the demonic being in and around them. It might try to attack you, so be ready for it. So it is important that you work with focus and speed without distraction. If the victim tries to get up or do anything, it is the job of the priest or priestess to sit them back down or gently restrain them. Your job is to stay in vision and be a bridge for the angelic beings to work through. This really, really seems like it's a lengthy process. This seems like this could possibly be very dangerous. So quickly grab the demonic being and ask it if it is willing to leave with you of its own accord. Only give it one chance. Usually they take it willingly. If it does not, using the power of the angelic being around you, cut the umbilical cord that connects it to the victim and immediately bind it with ropes given to you by the Sandalphon. So sometimes this phase can be straightforward. Sometimes it's an all-out battle. Oh God. Do not assume because you are working in vision that it is not real. So if you get hit in vision by a demon, you will sustain a physical injury. Have any of you guys experienced that ever? So, wow, I have loads of battle wounds and scars from such interactions. Black eyes were the most common ones I got. Wow. Okay. So, once you have the demonic being under control, see yourself in the Sandalphon walking off with the being through the void and out into the desert of the abyss. If the demonic being is of angelic content, then it might need to be bound in the desert and left there with a guardian. The Sandalphon will advise you if that is the case. If it is not substance-based demonic, which most are conditional beings, then it belongs in the abyss. So, taking beings into the abyss, wow, this is very, very different. Substance, I wonder what that is. Substance-based demonic. So, okay, now, taking beings into the abyss. With your eyes closed, see yourself holding the being, along with the Sandalphon. Step through the flame with focus on the intent to go into the abyss. And with that intent, step out through the flame, finding yourself walking across a flat desert. So you will see beings in the distance bound up as they sleep and wait. Pass by them as you focus your intent to travel the abyss. So in the distance you see a faint glow over the land, and as you get closer you will come to a large crack in the earth, which seems to go down and down forever, and out of which is a faint glow of light. So this is the abyss that flows through all worlds. As you stand on the edge of the abyss, you become aware of the beings below and above in the abyss, and of divinity across the abyss, hidden in the mists that cloak the other side. Huh. Interesting. So, okay, so because the demonic beings tend to come from the depths, great depths in the abyss, The Sandalphon may clothe you in sand and dust until you look like rock. You call for the keeper of the abyss, and out of the depths rises a large being of human shape, but monstrous size, that stands up within the abyss and looks down to you. He will hold out his hand for you to step onto. All of you, angelic beings, you and the demon will be taken down into the abyss by the keeper to the area where the demon comes from. He will hold his hand out at a ledge that goes back into a tunnel that will lead to the area that the demon comes from. Wow, that's some really dark meditation there. That's some really dark inner work. Go down the tunnel until it opens out into an area where others of that type of being are. So once they are in their own realm, they tend to be less of a threat to you, though not always. But have your guard up. Ask one of the angelic beings to hold the demon while you and Sandalphon look into the back of the area for a crack or opening that leads into the physical world that would have enabled the demon to pass into our world. If you find the crack, seal it up using a part of the Sandalphon or filler that he gives you. Once it is filled, release the demon and leave the area. Once you are out of the tunnel and on the ledge, call the keeper who will be near by and have him take you back to the desert. So once you are back in the desert, ask the Sandalphon to take off the dust and sand cover that was on you and walk towards the mist before you. Step through the mist into the void and drop your armor. Step out of the angelic being that has been hosting you and center yourself in the void before stepping out of the void back into the room where you are working. So, basically, it consists of going into vision, grabbing the parasite and removing it and taking it to the abyss with the help of the angelic entities, Sandalphon, and putting it somewhere where it can't escape from. So, that's very different. Very different. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What should I do? Should I do that? I don't know if I should do that or not. I don't want to cause anything but like an uproar. So, I don't know. It's very strange. It's a very strange concoction or whatever. I mean, I've seen lots of witch exorcists. I just don't know. I don't know if I believe this. I mean, it's fitting. It's very fitting. It fits perfect. So I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, the blessing last night, the cleansing, it did help for now. So I just keep going through salt and holy water and just everything. And for all of you wondering what I'm reading, it's from my own book. It's all you have to do is Google like prayer of exorcism, a pagan prayer of exorcism. Write it down, or change the names of God to your liking, and that's what you're supposed to do with that prayer. So I don't know. I'm gonna try more. So I don't know. It's pretty interesting though. Pretty interesting. It was peaceful though. It was a peaceful night. Everything was just calm, and it feels like everything is just kind of connected and just better. So not too much craziness. I'm still wondering about the Annabelle doll. I don't know if that's a possibility that the demonic that is attached to the real Annabelle doll, I don't know how many times I can air quote, can actually like spawn off or spit out like little Annabelles. And that's just kind of what I'm getting from that doll. So yes, she's going into this very special case, and that's it. So I don't know. I don't know why. I just don't know why. I mean, I got pretty pissed off in that video yesterday doing the prayer, and wow, that hurts. So yeah, doing that prayer, and it just, I don't know, it was different. It was very different. So aside from that though, yeah, I'll keep you guys updated constantly. I mean, I always do. Aside from that, did you guys watch the Ghost Adventures? The Harrisville, Rhode Island Harrisville haunting? The original Conjuring house? Andrea, you did amazing. You did amazing. The only thing that really pissed me off was when Zach turned around and looked at Andrea and had so much, like, rage. And I literally, it looked like she was scared. I mean, from what I felt, it looked like she was very scared of him. And that really upset me because I don't want to see her be hurt, or it's just something that makes me just kind of protective. But I thought that was pretty interesting, that a house is beautiful. The history, the land is gorgeous. It reminds me of this house. It's incredible. It is seriously incredible. Andrea, I hope one day we could have a chat, just a quick chat on Skype, and I mean, there is so much we have in common, like, with the house, so. But yeah, that was a pretty interesting one. The Devil's Rocking Chair, don't know if I like that. I don't know. That was different. So they did a conjuring in the basement called The Homeowners, and said it was okay, and then the kid wanted to actually talk again. So it's pretty interesting. It was a very interesting episode. But I don't know. It was weird. It was kind of weird when people started to trance out, and I don't know. I just kind of think Zach Bacon is a trauma queen. But it was a good show. It was a very good episode. But alright, guys. I will see you all tomorrow for Sundays with Satan. I hope you guys have a great day. So yes, let me know what you guys think about this exorcism stuff, because I'm not sure anymore now. But alright, guys, I love you all the way from Venus all the way back down, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So yes, let me know what you guys think about the exorcism stuff, and yeah, I mean, everything. I've tried it, everything, so I'm open to more suggestions. So alright, guys, I love you all very much, and thank you guys for watching.